I can see Dada's brain is ticking and saying, I'm sure there's some way I can get him to dance with her instead of with me a little later. Teaching him
You're supposed to dance with him.
I'm
He has to teach him how to
hyperventilating,
dance.
guys. My
Do a
childhood
bet.
crush is here,
It's a long story. We had a bet,
Are you
which he
serious?
lost.
Actually, don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Sonali,
that's
you've recently written a book on
Are you
parenting.
serious?
Of course.
Yeah, sorry.
He has to teach him how to dance. It's coming up. Don't
You
worry.
know, I want to watch that.
we can do it
I
over the
love
rest of the
watching
afternoon.
him dance, and that will be a bonus.
He's got some
Okay,
nifty
you've
footwork on him.
got the music all lined up, so fine, we can do that. Actually, hang on. Before we go any further, and I want to discuss your book on parenting, but we do have the chairman of Union Bank with us. Hi, sir, Vikram Chandra here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Vikram.
I believe you have, Mr. Tiwari. I believe you have an announcement to make.
Yeah, announcement. I mean, there could not be a better reason to associate with NDTV, which has been doing marvelous job in the social sector other than being a media house. And I take really pride in that we are born in a country which has got the history or legacy or culture where we have grown up believing that education is the best gift or donation. This initiative, which started some time back, reached 680 number, I am told by my secretary. We would be around you whenever you have this kind of social causes going forward.
Right. So, Mr. Tiwari, I'm being told in my ear that you are adopting 2 schools amounting to 10 lakh rupees under the Support My School campaign.
Vikram, that's just a big name, because if you talk about the supporting schools, even like we are a commercial organization, our bank, but what we do all these CSR activities through a social foundation, wherein would you believe that being a banker, last year we adopted 6,150 girl children which were from below poverty line, and we try to do it end to end, like just putting in the infrastructure in the schools, giving children the books, scholarships, paying their fee, and once they pass out, we give them in vocational training also, and then at the end of it, try to settle them in their life. So we are trying to take care of entire ecosystem from childhood to the adulthood of a person.
All right, Mr. Tiwari, thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And of course, we've just heard very, very kind offer from Rotary, where they've said sort of that they will match 1 for 1. So every school that comes in, they will match it 1 for 1. So Mr. Tiwari, thank you so much, sir.
For us also, Mr. Chandra, I can promise you, you keep marching, we'll be just behind you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiwari. Your support is always invaluable.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Right, Sonali. Well, that's, and everything I'm now I'm counting double, because Rotary said every school that comes in, people contribute a school, Rotary will match it 1 for 1 up to another 100 schools.
That's
so that's big. Now, you've written a book on parenting very recently. So this entire campaign has been sparked off by the fact that we noticed 4 or 5 years ago that girls were going to school and dropping out because they didn't have access to separate toilets. That's where the idea came from.
Absolutely.
And from there, it sort of started to snowball, and now other facilities are coming in. So your thoughts on the sort of facilities that are really required?
No, it's wonderful. Like 5 years you've been working on this, and it's wonderful what you've done and what you've achieved and what the aims are. And it's lovely and amazing to be associated with it. It's an honor to be here. Yes, the book is on parenting. In the sense, it's my journey. It's my experiments with parenting. As you become a mother, you realize that when you feel that, okay, this is a part of it, and parenting just never really ends. It just becomes more and more responsible, more and more, I wouldn't call it difficult because it's a joy, but it's my journey. And in that, I discover that education, we are all very happy to say, this is the school I want to send my child to. This is an amazing college I want to send my child to. But there's no point. You can send them to the best of universities, you can send them anywhere. The education starts at home, and that's where I come from. I'm a single person. This is a great cause. You know, you as a TV channel and everything have taken up a great cause and you do it. I'm an individual. What do I bring to it? I can come here, support you, I can call you up and support you. But what am I contributing? I'm a mother of a son. And I feel what I need to do is teach my son to be compassionate, to be a compassionate human being. I don't want a perfect child. I say I want a compassionate child who will grow up to have empathy for others. And when they have an empathy, all these drives that you're taking up, these are the initiatives. I hope my child and his friends can think up these things, think of newer ways, and adopt villages, adopt other things, and who have the capability, have the sensibility in them to give back. And that, I think, is what, as a mother and as a parent, every parent should be giving to their child. We are so caught up in the competition and the numbers and the rat race, we are just forgetting where we come from, what is the initial, what is the basic.
Teach your child to be compassionate.
And simple things are what it is in life, and it is as simple as that. You teach compassion, you give back compassion, and that's where these initiatives come from, and this is where they work then. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I think you deserve a round of applause for that.
Starts at home.
Yeah, I feel it starts at home.
It does start at home.
Teach compassion.
Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful point. I mean, you can send them to school, but ultimately what they learn from school, what they grasp and come back with, that's not really in your control. But what is in your control is when they're with you at home, at a very basic level, parent to child. You have to teach them how to be compassionate, how to have empathy for others, and, you know, imbibe in them these things about living for others and leaving a beneficial footprint on society growing up.
The book is called The Modern Gurukul, and this is when I tried to find out what are these education systems and what do I give to my child. And I realized, and I went back into the Vedic times and everything, and I realized it's not what we're looking for. Don't send them to it. I need to bring that Gurukul home to my child, and I have to be that teacher. So I delegate for maths, for science, for English and sports and everything, but I am the primary caregiver.
Where can we get a copy?
Of course. I could give it to you.
Where is it?
We will come and get...
Also, I just want to add before we go on to the break.
You don't want to show compassion. Oh, there it is. It's coming in from behind
It's
you.
also about sharing, I think,
Thank
right,
you.
with your kids when they grow up.
Thank you,
They
yeah.
share with the rest of the community.
Yeah, here it is.
Wow, I'm going to grab one.
Yeah. I hope
me.
this is for you.
One for my future.
Yeah. Yeah, here it is.
All right, well, thank
I
you
think
so
I
much.
can cut
I'm not
this
sure
out
you
and
want.
put it up in my
I'm not
room.
sure you want to teach compassion in the sports field, do you?
That's sweet.
Yeah, to an extent, I think you can still compete and be compassionate as well. You know, you compete with the ball and the bat, but after a certain level, I think you're human beings, as she said. That's what you're taught, and it should not go to a level where it just gets beyond talent and beyond performance on the field. I think that's what we got to
We
be
did
very,
see
very
Dhoni
careful.
doing hamstring stretches for, to have to
Yeah, I think
persist
Dhoni is
when-
a very tough customer. You know, I've watched him throughout his career. He's gone through injuries, and he's gone through pain-bearing games where he's been injured and nobody in the world has got to know about it. And he's gone through a game. So there's a lot of toughness in that man, MS Dhoni.
So when you just defeated another team, taking off your shirt, is that compassionate?
You know, that's,
You knew I was going to ask
But
you
it's
that some point.
celebration.
that's
It's
happiness.
celebration.
That's happiness. And you know, her relative, very close to her, played cricket with me, Jatin.
Jatin, my
Yes, he played
brother-in-law,
cricket
yeah.
with my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So it's a small world, and as Rabbi said when he came into the show, that sports is such a wonderful thing. It just makes you feel so great when you walk out into that stadium with 100,000 watching. And when you win, you don't win for you, you win for India. So there's
so
a lot
that's
more
why.
to it than just hitting the ball with the bat and or coming in and bowling. With
Who wants to see me do the Dada move today?
Yes! Now!
Chance ही नहीं है.
Okay,
But I will do one
We
thing.
want to
It was
see
a
you do
try.
the Dada
I will
move, and
do
we
one
want to
thing.
see Dada do your move.
We've done
Absolutely.
that. We've done that. We've already done that.
No, he has to still
We'll
do
show
it.
you the recordings.
No, I think I
Will
should
you do
say-
it if Sonali dances with you?
Oh God, I walked into this.
She's got some big heels, so
can take off the shoes.
she'll get injured.
She can take
She'll
off
get
her shoes.
injured. More so, I think she should talk about how to look after schools and parenting. And if she's got to dance, you've got one of the best
You
person
dance
who
with
can-
your child also.
Absolutely.
You have fun with your child.
Absolutely,
You make
absolutely.
them your friends.
She's got a boy, I've got a girl, so it's at home.
Okay, so you can get them to dance.
Yes.
sometime. Okay.